It is time now for Wellness Wednesdays, sponsored by the Health Insurance Place. We've got Kimberly Volk here, who is the Group Benefits Coordinator, and Miss Kate McKnight, who is the Group
Coordinator of everything.
I was going to say, I said, this sounds more like you do. You said I'm a Jane of all trades.
Correct.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Well, speaking of the Health Insurance Place, I guess that's primarily what you focus on, right? Helping people
Everything
get connected.
health insurance, yep.
Yeah, okay. Free service. You guys are located over at Station Medical.
Yes. Yep, and then Kim is in our Johnstown office.
Oh, wonderful. Yep. I didn't even know that. Very cool. Well,
Two locations.
They can submit questions right here on the show, and then you can tackle them, things you talk about every single day on the job. We've got one here for you. It says, I don't like the insurance that my employers offer. Can I get something else?
Absolutely. You don't have to take your group coverage, but like everything else in insurance, there's a few buts in there. You can sign up direct with a carrier that's available in your area, and those premiums are based on your age and your zip code, and then your other option would be to go through Penny, which we talked about last week. But there are some quirks about Penny, so I thought I would bring Kim from Johnstown, who trained me in group insurance, to go over all that with you.
Okay, because you're talking about for the employer, right? That's what you focus on?
Correct. Okay. So if somebody does have their coverage option through their employer and they don't like that option, as Kate said, they can go out to Penny, but there's a little caveat to that. The employer's insurance, for them to qualify to get subsidy, has to be considered unaffordable. And so unaffordable means that the lowest cost plan that is offered by the employer does not exceed the ACA affordability percentage. For 2026, it's 9.96% of the household income. Now, there is a worksheet that someone can do to figure that out, and one of our agents would be happy to walk them through that because it can be a little daunting.
Okay, so it sounds like
there's a lot of
that was a lot to unpack there.
That is. Kim trained me very well. She's very, very knowledgeable. So basically, if the government says that your coverage is what they consider affordable, you can get your own coverage, but you have to pay full price. If you want to see about getting that anticipated tax credit, then we can walk you through the worksheet, because just like all of it sounds very complicated, it is. So we can take you through the worksheet and kind of explain if you're going to show eligibility for those tax credits, or if you're going to need to pay full cost and what that looks like for you.
So it's not necessarily a no, it's just...
Right, it's a maybe. So we walk you through that process to do the math.
Okay, the other thing I think people often ask too, what is COBRA? You mentioned Penny, that's another kind of buzzword we hear, COBRA.
Absolutely.
So COBRA is available to employees that may terminate their employment with their current employer. COBRA stands for the Continuous Omnibus Reconciliation Act, and in Pennsylvania there's two forms of that. There's federal and state, and so the one applies to employers with 20 or more total employees. The other one, Pennsylvania State Mini COBRA, is for employers with 2 to 19 employees. In either case, if you leave your employer, you do have the right to continue on with their plan at your own expense for anywhere from 18 to 36 months with federal COBRA, up to 9 months on state COBRA.
Okay, so is that basically secondary to Medicare?
That's a perfect question. So if you're taking Medicare, it depends on if it's federal COBRA or Pennsylvania State Mini COBRA, if you can continue COBRA, or if you need to go on your Medicare. And if you can take that and be on Medicare, Medicare would be the primary payer. So in the easiest of forms, you would say that Medicare typically pays about 80%. If you don't have Medicare and you only have COBRA, then you're responsible for that 80%. It can get very complicated. We've said this before, your HR person could be your best friend, and we're going to be their best friend.
Yeah.
So we don't charge for our services.
Right.
Make sure you're covered, because the last thing we want to see is you come in and have some kind of penalty for not signing up on time, or you having some kind of big bill when you didn't realize that there was no coordination of coverage. So, like everything else, it's very complicated.
Yes, that's why you just leave it to the experts, because there's a lot of little caveats that, you know, you don't have to go without.
Right.
People might, you know, assume, just give you guys a call and I'm sure you'll be able to figure out some sort of answer or some sort of solution, because there is help out there for every situation.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like. If people want to reach out to you, what's the best way to do that?
They can give us a call at our Altoona office, 814-201-2829. And if you need to reach Kim, they'll be able to transfer you over to her from there.
All right. Leave it up to them. The Health Insurance Place. A free service. I mean, my goodness. It doesn't get any better than that.
No.
Right? don't think you got to be lost in the dark or Googling things. Just call people.
Don't Google. Don't Google.
Just, yeah, real faces, real people. Just give them a call. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.